if like Tinkerbell came down and waved the magic wand over my head and said, you could pick any job in the world, I think I would literally, my job would be just helping companies find their core values. That's it. If I
Mm.
could get paid really good money to just do that, like I've read so many books about values, I have spent so much of my life thinking about this stuff. Gino Wickman is big on this. Pat Lencioni is really big on this. Brene Brown, Jim Collins, a lot of these kind of business strategy and just on the side of psychology. But for me, I think the fundamental difference was when I stopped trying to create values and I uncovered them.
Mm.
And this was just like a game changer. And I want to credit a little bit our implementer, our EOS implementer, who brought this exercise, which is basically straight out of the traction playbook, which is EOS. But you just kind of like look at your company and just describe what you see, and you take a group of like 3 or 4 people, and then you just describe, hey, like if we had, let's pick our 5 employees that are like crushing it, that we love the most, that are just, if we had, 100 more of these people, we would take over the world. And let's just describe what we see in off the top of our head. And then you do that for about 5 or 10 people at an average small company, and you have this big word cloud. And then you just group the words. And then what you've done is you've uncovered your core values. The problem is most companies, it's a top-down approach, right? So the leader kind of says, here are our core values. It's teamwork and collaboration and hustle and whatever. And that's their core values, right? That they are foisting upon everyone. And maybe people buy into those things, but that's not really truly uncovered, that's created. And also what you end up with is a mixed bag, because there are other types of core values. There's what we call aspirational core values, according to Pat Lencioni. This is core values that don't truly exist, but that you want to exist, which is, that's great, but, don't make it a core value, because it's not, it's a value. It's something you want. It's not a core value. And then you have table stakes. This is a really common one too. People will say, hey, one of our core values is customer service. And then I will just say, well, who doesn't want customers? That's not a core value. That's just table stakes. And then there's another that is kind of hidden, or you have core values that just exist and you didn't even know. Like you might look around and be like, wow, we'd never hire anyone over the age of 21. you know, we have ageism, and so you kind of realize that you have all of these kind of different kind of mixed bag. And the goal is with values is they're not good or bad, they just exist. So like if you realize that you work 80 hours a week and everyone else works 80 hours a week, then hustling your ass off is probably a core value. you know